You're on your back with your hands, feeling the belly expand. On the inhale, it happens naturally. And feeling it relax on the exhale if you're on your stomach. Feeling that happen into the mat, into the floor. And sense the whole dynamics of that belly area. So we're not just talking about the surface abdominal muscle, rectus abdominis, that goes from the sternum all the way down to the pubic bone. Nice long vertical muscle there. But we're talking about the width of the abdominals, your oblique muscles, crossing the body diagonally from the ribs down to almost the hip joint. Each side, remembering that every muscle has a right and a left side. Thank goodness. And then the deepest abdominal, the transverse abdominis, wraps around your waist in a very wide, three-dimensional way. That's called the waist cinture. So take a deep inhale. On the exhale, force the exhale out a little bit more, and you might feel that contraction of that transverse abdominis, that deeper muscle. And do that a few times, maybe forcing the exhale a little more. When you cough, that's the muscle that actually expels the air in a cough. And then just back to normal breathing, and just imagine that there's much more to the core, muscle-wise even, than just the abdominals. So as we get down into the lower extremity, because I covered the abdominals fairly well in the upper extremity class, so we're going to go into the lower part of the core, and the psoas muscle, the psoas major muscle, that attaches from the lumbar spine, comes around in front of the pelvis, and attaches down on the inside of your femur. So with your eyes closed, I want you to just imagine that path. The lower spine, the side processes of the lumbar area, and those tendons coming down in front of your pelvis, then down to the insides of the femurs, your thigh bones. So that is the only muscle in the human body that connects the upper extremity to the lower extremity, the deepest core muscle. We'll pay attention to that one a little bit later through some yoga postures. The quadratus lumborum is another very strong core muscle that doesn't work the core, it stabilizes the core. It helps hold things together. So that comes from the transverse processes of your lower back, the side parts of the vertebrae, down to the pelvis. It covers, if your hands could cover your whole lower back, your quadratus lumborum is right underneath that area. So we'll pay some attention to that later. But I want you to breathe now into both of those spots. Breathe in through that psoas area. Breathe into the quadratus lumborum. We call it the QL. I'll call it the QL now for short. And on the exhale, just release that area. Inhale, fill up with nice, nurturing oxygen into all the cells, even down to a cellular level. Exhale and release.